Today, we're going to be talking about a step-by-step process in order for you to do more damage, period. On whatever class you play, it doesn't matter. You can rinse and repeat this for every single class in your roster if you'd like. But the best part is that it takes 0 gold. So let's go ahead and get into it. The first and most important piece of this puzzle is to understand your class's win conditions. And when I say win conditions, what I mean is anything that needs to happen that is necessary for your class to perform at its highest ceiling. For example, a very simple one is, let's say, Surge Deathblade, right? Your biggest damaging skill is Surge. That's where most of your damage comes from every single fight. If you aren't back attacking on your Surge, that's a problem, right? Now, of course, these can vary pretty widely as there's so many different playstyles, there's so many different classes, and within that, different class engravings and different builds for those class engravings. And the reason it can go down to your build also, for example, your engravings, is let's say you play Igniter Sorceress. Some play with level 3 Adrenaline, which gives you 15% crit. Some play with Adrenaline +1. So a very high priority win condition of an Igniter Sorceress that plays with level 3 Adrenaline, since they need that 15% crit, is that you have to have your 6 Adrenaline stacks up before your Ignite goes off and you land your Meteor, your Explosion, and your Punishing Strike. But not so high of a priority if you're running 1 Adrenaline, as it only gives you 5% crit. So in some situations, it would be better to go ahead and pop Ignite and get the damage off. For example, if it's a very good damage window, or maybe you're getting super buffed by your support, so it's kind of worth taking that risk of maybe not critting with the 5% extra crit of the Adrenaline 1. So it's a little bit lower on the tier list of a priority for your win condition. Now, most classes will have 2 or 3 major win conditions. And for me, I main Pinnacle Glavier, so I can definitely go through those and talk about them for examples, just so you can get a better idea at what I'm talking about. Since Pinnacle Glavier is a back attack class, it is of course vital that you're hitting the back on her major damaging skill. So that is number 1 win condition. That is massive. And number 2 is that you are also hitting your top 2 damage skills, Starfall Pounce and Red Dragon's Horn, within your 20% crit buff window, which is only 6 seconds. And then as a third win condition, you need to be using your skills when their pinnacle buff is active, because it's only active after you switch stances for a certain amount of time. And after that time, your damage gets reduced to nothing. And the fourth win condition, which is common to every single class, is that the higher uptime you have with the above conditions, the closer you are going to push to the highest levels of the ceiling of your class. Now, the next biggest question is, how do you know what you can improve? It's hard to know exactly unless record your gameplay and take a quick little peek at what you are making mistakes on, or maybe areas that you could do better on. For example, if you notice, like for me as a Pinnacle Glavier, if I'm not making sure that my Red Dragon's Horn is hitting the back and within my crit buff window, that is a massive issue, and I need to start working on that now. So maybe the problem is that I'm just not being patient enough, and I'm trying to send that skill too close to the point where the boss is going to change its aggro, or maybe it's going into a different normal mech, or whatever it may be. That is your job, to watch that video and identify where you are making consistent mistakes with one of these win conditions. After you've identified just one, my biggest advice is just look at one thing that you can go forward with and have a good intention to work on for the next week or the next few raids even, and just really put your focus on that and work on it. That way it can become a habit in your gameplay for that character. And then maybe after another week or two, then you can go back and re-record yourself doing the same raid or same activity, whatever it may be, and see how you did then. And if it's still an issue, then maybe you just need a little bit more time working on it. But maybe you've spotted something else and you're not making the same mistakes as before, but now you're noticing where you could improve a little bit on one of your other win conditions, for example. Maybe one of the lower priority win conditions of your class isn't as consistent as it could be. Well, you can start working on those finer details of your class. Or maybe the biggest issue is that you just need to learn the boss's mechanics a little bit better. And that will help you do that as well. Going back and watching the footage so that you can improve on it the next time you do that activity. And that way you can still enjoy it, and it's a simple process, and you can see yourself get better week by week, if that's something that, of course, you are looking to do. But guys, per usual, I am always trying to make videos that either teach you something or help you in some way or give you some type of guidance, and this one is no different. Of course, I don't know every single class in the game, but I do have a pretty fair share of experience playing it with a lot of different styles of classes. So if you are unsure what you need to do or what your win conditions are for your class, maybe your class engraving or your particular build, don't hesitate to either message me in Discord, or you can leave a comment down below this video, and I'm sure if I can't answer it and help you, then someone else in the comments will. But guys, that is everything for this video. I hope that this helped you out and gave you a little bit of different insight on how to look at improving in this game in your raids, and how to learn your class a little bit better. So make sure subscribe to the channel if it did help you at all, or maybe you just like Lost Art content. I would love to see you around here more, but that is the end of this video, and I can't wait to see you on the next one. I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.